This conference will now be recorded.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Rajni Jain. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, I'd like to welcome you all to this online meeting. Please take a moment to review the guidelines for this online meeting posted in the chat window. I now request the moderator, Mr. Lakshmipati, to introduce the speaker and start the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rajani. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Lakshmipati. I'll be moderating this meeting. Agricultureinformation.com likes to welcome to this meeting Mr. Sachin Bakshi, the proprietor of Roots Agro, Vadodara, Gujarat. Mr. Sachin Bakshi will be speaking on the topic, how to do agriculture as business. I now request the speaker to begin.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
And good evening to everybody. I would just like to begin with a small introduction and a small background from where how I got into agriculture. So basically, 2014 is when I started, full-time agriculture. Before that, I was into corporate job. And hello, can everybody hear me?
Yeah, please go ahead. Please go ahead. Everybody can hear. Please go ahead.
Yeah, and I basically wanted to start a very, very small restaurant, and somebody told me that if you want to start a restaurant, you'll have to get up 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning to purchase your fruits and vegetables. So that was my first introduction to a vegetable market and everything, and so from that point onwards, I started doing some research and started my backward integration, that what is the source of these vegetables. So that is how I was introduced to agriculture, and it's now been about 6 years that I've been practicing agriculture full time. So I started by around 3,000 Thai guava trees, and eventually now we have got personal we have taken land on lease, because Gujarat has got a landlocked system wherein people from outside Gujarat cannot purchase land, agriculture land. So now we take land on lease, and that is how we practice our agriculture. From about 3,000 trees to we have gone about 5,000 Thai guava trees, and we have acquired 10 acres of land where we do our nursery and our experiments, because as of now we are into turnkey projects and everything. So we supply plants and nurseries to different farmers and corporates. So we have to be really sure about our plants and our research and everything, so that they don't face any problem. So that is how I got into agriculture. And now there are few points that I wanted to bring forward to people who are already into agriculture. They have got about 15-20 years of experience, and for people who have just begun like me, and people who want to start agriculture. So when we started, we were facing a lot of problems. For example, we had hired few agronomists. They used to come to our field every 15 days, 20 days, and they would suggest us to put so and so medicine, so and so pesticide, hell lot of things they used to suggest. And because we were new, because I was new, I used to take all the advices, and I used to implement them. Now for first 3-4 months, things were going good, but after a point I realized that I'm spending so much money into this, and these Thai guava plants will take about year and a half to give me their first harvest. So how should I manage my finance, and how should I manage these advices that I'm getting from people, those who have got experience, because they are working for good companies. I cannot take names, but they were working for reputed companies. So after about 4 months, we had experienced a very heavy rainfall also. My field were full of weeds and everything. But luckily, one of the advice worked. We used mulching papers and all the plants and everything. There was hardly 2-3% mortality out of 3,000 initial plants that we had planted. So after the monsoon, when we got rid of all the weeds and everything, uh, there was a scheduled visit of an agronomist, and he gave me an entire list. Put this 19, 19, 19, 51 days that he gave me. So I calculated, how much will this cost me? And at that point of time, entire lot of this fertilizer was costing me about 27,000, if I remember, 27,000 rupees. So what I did was I reduced the quantity to half. Whatever, suppose he has told me to add 1 kg urea, I used only 500 grams. And, I waited for 10 days, to see the results. The leaf size is increasing, or, what is happening. So I took pictures and everything. So I followed this half, cutting down the fertilizer to half. Then I, started getting my soil tested and everything. So I got to know that these guys, they, look for people like us. Those, because we are in such a situation that we'll purchase, or we'll, go with their advice because we have got no knowledge. So from that 6th month period onwards, I started taking things in my hand. I was spending about 2-3 hours on my farm, and then, I thought that no, I'm doing this full time. I have to be a good employee to this venture. So I started spending more time. There are times when you have a gap of 3-4 hours, because in during summer season, these laborers, they don't work for longer period because of the heat and everything. But I sat down there, I used to make notes and everything, and I realized that, people have somewhere slotted agriculture. And, they have this perception, in if you go in the interiors, in the village areas, there people say that, okay, if you don't do ITI, Industrial Training Institute, or such vocational courses, you will have to do agriculture. So in the village also, the atmosphere was that, okay, if you are good for nothing, you will do agriculture. But if you see in the outer world, we can live without AC, we can live without our telephones for a couple of days, but we cannot live without bread or banana or something like that, coffee for that matter. So the real source of coffee is from the farmers. If the farmers are not putting in the efforts, you will not drink your morning cup of coffee. So that is how we realize that, we have to make a corporate strategy, or a corporate atmosphere around agriculture, so that people take it seriously. So for first couple of years, we learned, we studied, we went and, visited some like-minded farmers, some farmers which were very rigid. They said, okay, that we are doing wheat, we will do wheat, whatsoever, because we are not used to any changes. And so we used to give them 4 or 5 plants, and then again wait for year and a half, so that the harvest is there, he can see the fruit, he can taste it, and, he can trust us, or trust agriculture for that matter, so that, you at least innovate or add something to the land. You have got land, and some point of time you might sell it. In Gujarat, this is one of the major reasons, why people are getting away from agriculture, because land prices are going high now. So they think that, okay, we work hard on this land, eventually we are going to sell it and we are going to make money. So that is their plan. So to change that was a very big issue for us. And then, I would what I experienced was that the entire village, like for example, the village that I started from, that entire village was doing rose, as in, the flowers that we offer in religious places. So my village specializes in that particular rose variety. So they were so used to that schedule that okay, someday they used to get 2 rupees for a kg and someday they used to get 40 rupees for a kg. So then I realized that these guys need to have some permutation combination. They cannot depend on one particular crop. So, and majority of the villages that we have visited, we have seen that okay, one particular village is doing only tomatoes. Come what may, if the price is 2 rupees kg or 5 rupees kg or 10 rupees kg, they were just doing that crop because they were so used to doing this. They never wanted to get out of their, say, comfort zone, or they don't probably want to repeat the entire process. Because suppose if you are starting papaya farming, then you will take some time to get used to papaya as a crop, or say banana as a crop. you know to say to it is very easy to say that okay, you plant it, you put this fertilizer and finish. No, it doesn't happen like that. You have to spend time, you have to take notes. And like in the corporate, you make minutes of meeting, you make minutes of the day, that okay, you started water at this time, your irrigation takes this much time. Nobody of us, at least I can say for myself that NetFM company, they told me that okay, 1 hour, this much water would be released per plant. Now, so after this such an important thing, but it got struck to me after 8-9 months that okay, let's put a bottle and measure how much water actually I'm getting. So these findings are really important. Periodic checks in your drip irrigation system, your fertigation system is required. Cleaning, maintaining cleanliness in your farm. These things, they affect the harvest, the quality of the product, and the aesthetic of the fruit itself. Right. So what I usually suggest my farmers or people who get associated with us, whether it is commercial or non-commercial basis, we suggest them to go for a, a combination a combination of long-term crops and short-term crops, because not all farmers can wait for year or 6 months to get their first harvest. They can maximum wait for 3 months or 4 months, because most of the farmers are landholders of less than 2-3 acres. So as it is, they have bought their seeds and their pesticides on credit, so they want to return it back to the shop owners or the agent. So they do not prefer to wait for say 1 year. If I talk about horticulture, especially Thai guava, pomegranate, banana, and because these are our specialities. So we have made certain permutation combinations wherein a farmer will the average income of the farmer improves. There are times when tomato sells for about 1 rupee, and then the next season it goes 20 rupees, farmer rate. So they are happy with that. But what we suggest them, that okay, if you are getting 2 rupees out of tomato, there are few hundred or thousand Thai guava or pomegranate plants that will give you harvest and you will earn in that 3 months. So that is how they can balance their balance sheet, because people in the villages, in the industry, they are not that organized that they maintain their logs and everything. And the most important thing is that we are dealing with uh, unskilled labor. The quality of labor that we have at our disposable is not very friendly labor. They have their mood swings. They would want to attend functions, marriages, and they are gone for like 10-15 days, and then it becomes really difficult to manage a farm. When I'm talking about uh, on a industrial level. because as if I talk about ourselves, we have got a lot of tie-ups with food processing companies, and we if a farmer gets associated with us, we suggest them, or we have a sort of agreement that we will buy back the fruit or the vegetable, and then we forward it to all these food processing unit. So wherein you have to maintain quality and everything, because if they do not get that particular moisture level or that particular color, it is no good for them, and then it becomes another common product in the market. And we all know that how these prices they fluctuate, and uh, we are facing problem. There is this whole thing going on right now regarding MSP and everything, but that is another uh, topic. And so this food processing thing, then I would like to also share this thing that always compliment your fellow farmer. Suppose if your farmer is into growing green chilies, so you try and compliment him, don't try to compete him, because then we are kind of against each other. We don't have to be against each other. Eventually, if I as a agent or I as a trader come to that farm and I see 50 acres of green chili, I will not buy it today from you guys. Why? Because I know that you have got no option but to sell it. So today, if you are demanding an X price, after 3 days, after 4 days, I will come and then I will tell you the price, that okay, this is the price that I will buy. If you wish, you sell it to me. Otherwise, don't. And farmers, they don't have any choice. They have to sell it. Whereas, for example, if 10 farmers in your village are doing green chili, just try to convince 10 other farmers and do coriander, do mint. Because if my mother, for example, is picking up green chilies from a vegetable stall or a hawker, she is going to pick mint and coriander and ginger and everything else. So let's try to complement each other. You can also get associated with small restaurants and bakeries and all. These days, uh, I'm not a very big fan of social media, but it helps. We have also recently launched a page after 6 years being in the industry. Just I think last month we have started a Instagram page because of peer pressure. So you can associate it. You can get associated with small restaurants, gourmet restaurants and all. If you are into providing services, you can suggest your farmers, okay bhai, okay, let's get I'll try to get you associated with a restaurant wherein you can supply small quantities of exotic vegetables, or herbs for that matter. If suppose even if you have as small as 1 acre land, I'm sure every farmer can dedicate about 60-70 square feet, just 60-70 square feet of land, and you can plant some herbs or some edible flowers and everything. Edible flowers is a big market these days. Quantities are definitely low, but the prices that farmers and home growers are getting these days, excellent prices. And uh, so these associations are really important for a service provider or a farmer itself, to grow, because that's what will bring confidence in him, and then people will start trusting that particular farmer, and you can have that conversion in your area. At least if you convert via this strategy, there is a lot of hype about organic, and they say that you have to multiply that organic farming and everything. But I'm not a very big fan of organic farming. We can practice our conventional methods of half and half of our chemicals and our organic matters, because that is a different topic. We can discuss it sometime later. So get into commercial farming. There are prices. If you know the places where to sell it, it'll be a very good medium to start off with, right from small marginal farmers to big industrial and corporate farmers as well. Next, I want to talk about some value addition that farmers can do to their product. Suppose there are a lot of FPOs that have come up in recent times, and they are looking for farmers now. People who open up FPOs, they they are well connected people. They have got industrial knowledge, they have got industrial exposure, and they can really help the farmers, and they can really. Recently Amazon, I've heard that Amazon has incorporated few farmers in Bangalore and places nearby, and they would now suggest farmers to sort of suggest them what crops to grow, and then Amazon will help them add value to it and sell it on a online platform. Then people are the another issue that we see, that farmers are really, so to say, I don't know if I'm using the correct word. Farmers are really rigid. They don't want to change. For example, this greenhouse and net house cultivation, it has kind of failed in the Indian market. And what I have realized in the 6 years, that the reason why it has failed, there are a couple of reasons. First, a lot of farmers, they have misused the government help, or so to say the subsidy that we get from the government in making these poly houses and greenhouses. Once the subsidy is passed, they just uh, unplug the system and they sell it off. Then we fancy technology these days, but the problem is that people who are going to use that technology, they are still of that mindset, that these agriculture facilities right now where I am also, we have this 8-hour schedule of water. So 8 hour one week in the morning, next week it would be 8 hours at night. So what happens is, during night, these farmers, they have this habit of that, they'll do flood irrigation. They'll just keep that switch on, and that entire 15 HP 20 HP motor is continuously running for 8 hours, and they don't know where the water is going, because see, they have worked hard the entire day. Now nobody wants to spend night at the farm and irrigating the stuff. So drip irrigation, you hardly see drip irrigation. Government is giving so much subsidy on drip irrigation, but still they say that, oh, it doesn't work and all that. So government also needs to guide them, and people like us, we can help them. We can arrange farm visits and everything, and we can show them that how effectively this thing works. So coming back to that greenhouse thing, now greenhouse, that package, it comes with a lot of technology. You have got sensors, you have got uh, continuous pH monitoring and everything. So you have to see that particular meter to see that whether things are working correctly. If you are agronomist, if the expert is telling you that the water you should only irrigate it for 12 minutes or say 15 minutes, you cannot run that entire system for 2 hours in your hydroponic system. Everything will go for a toss, because technology, we have to be more acceptable to the technology. That also, people, like, we are training our farmers. I think we have about close to 350 farmers working with us. So we are helping them improve their ability. They are capable people, hardworking people, just that you have to get to their level and explain them how things work. Suppose we suggest our farmers to go for lemon, so we show them a proper path, that okay, you are growing these seedless lemons. Now don't worry about the market. we can associate with a food processing company, and they will buy your product, and they do buy. Prices, I cannot say that they offer some bombastic prices. They don't offer us, but the grading system gets separated. There is no grading in the food processing industry. Suppose if there is a tomato, so if it is a small size tomato or a big size tomato, for food processing company, it doesn't matter. They are eventually going to make paste out of it. But yes, you have to maintain the taste, the quality, and that depends upon the variety of tomato, or for that matter any fruit or vegetable you choose. So deciding upon the variety, when somebody is suggesting, ask them what is the shelf life of this particular fruit or vegetable, so that gives you a more longer shelf life. Suppose if today the rates are not good, definitely 1 or 2 days vegetable market is more, I say to my friends that it is more harsh than the stock market, because you don't know what is happening, because 70-60% of the people are involved in agriculture, and what is going on in somebody's mind we don't know. So that morning 3:30, 4 o'clock, we get to know that okay, today we are getting a good price. So that back end team has to be ready. Suppose if you are getting for our Thai guava, Thai guava is a main variety, and I don't know if I can share this. I hope everybody can see this. So this is a greenhouse that we have developed. It is in Tenpur village in Bayad, Gujarat. We have developed an in-house nursery for them. This is a 42-acre plot. This is brinjal. Now this particular thing, the soil was not good. So what we have done is we have used 100 micron HDPD bags. They have got a fair life, and we grow our crop in this. It is slightly expensive, but the results are very good. On a good day, on a good this thing harvesting season, we have harvested about 20 tons of cucumber from single net house. Now, but now if you see this particular plant, the root cluster, fairly common for people from agriculture background, but these are the advantages of protected cultivation and things like that, because you are giving them an incubation where they develop to their fullest and they give their full result. These are color capsicum. These particular tomatoes are Marazona tomatoes. They are used for making these high-end pizza sauces. Now see, when talking about value addition, what we have done are there are a lot of farmers that we deal with, in Saurashtra region, and they do groundnut. So we have suggested them to install these machines and make uh, these cold press oil, and then we market it. These are Thai guavas that we grow. Now
Mr. Sachin, Mr. Sachin Bakshi. Mr. Sachin,
Mr. Sachin, we are not able to hear you. And your camera is also gone.
Yes, come back again.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Sachin, please proceed.
Yes, yes. I think it got disconnected for some reason. Okay, so these Thai guava, I was there. Sir, are you able to see this image?
Yeah, I think I'm able to see that Goa fruit.
Okay, okay. Okay, so this is the latest variety. Now this is a very famous variety, for food processing because it has got just 3-4
Now
seeds
the
in it,
screen is
and
gone.
this is a 450-gram fruit.
Now the screen
So
is gone. Mr. Sachin, now the
yes,
screen
sir.
is gone. We are not able to see the screen now.
Okay, sir.
Do you have any slides to show now?
No, sir, I don't have any slides.
Then you can remove the screen
These
now.
were just
You can remove the screen.
okay,
That is
Uh,
the last.
okay.
Please
Mr.
remove
Lakshmipati, he was
document
sharing the
now.
images of the products. Mr. Sachin, you want to share the images?
But I hope I'm technically correct on this because I am able to see this on my screen. I don't know if the viewers and you can see
Yeah,
it.
now it has come. Now it has
Oh, now
come.
it has come. Now it has come.
Okay,
Please
so
proceed.
I was just telling about this particular Thai guava variety and this pomegranate and all the varieties that I have shown you. These are mainly the varieties developed at our farm to keep food processing and shelf life in mind. So suppose if the cucumbers that you store in the cold room or cold storage, they will not get bad in a week or 10 days time. And these are banana varieties for also for food processing. America is a very big market for this. Then I would like to show one another venture that we are into. Because we had a lot of clients, they said that we want to develop something. We don't have farmhouses or something like that, but we want to get into it. So we have developed these small units. You can install them on your rooftop, and they give you harvest of about 1 kg per day. Also, as mentioned, it reduces the temperature, inside temperature.
Sir, Sachin, we have lost your audio.
Hello.
Yeah, we are back
Once I
now.
start that slide thing, no, it's things they get disconnected. So it's better to just avoid that.
So Sachin, otherwise what you can do is you can just switch off your camera, then share the screen.
Okay,
Maybe there's some network issue. That's why.
okay.
Now you can
Yeah.
share the screen.
So this okay. Okay, so this particular project that we did for a small factory. They had a factory, they had open space, so they wanted to. Uh, these are some rooftop things, and then we have made a chart, wherein if suppose tomorrow you shift somewhere else and we are not able to reach there, so you have a fair idea which season you can grow which vegetable in this farm and everything. So this is a good, very customer engagement activity that we did. And during this lockdown, and we have made these, some organic, simple
Mr. Sachin,
organic things. Yes,
we can't see your images.
madam. I think that was it about the images.
Okay.
I think there is
Okay.
some problem. So
Okay, you can continue.
okay. So I would just like to say that make sure that you are well aware of the activities that are happening around you. Make sure that no more than 10 acres of the same farming is happening. Let's keep wheat and cotton and such things aside. I'm talking about the more cash crops, the more crops wherein innovation is happening. See, everybody, if they don't do anything, they will do cotton. Suppose if I talk about my village, if they don't have any plans for any particular small short term vegetable or something, they will do cotton. But that is not the way where we can move forward. A lot of young and energetic people are coming into agriculture, and we can make full use of this opportunity to engage with more and more people, so that people start taking agriculture seriously. And we don't have that perception anymore that, okay, if you don't do anything and we have some 5 6 acres of land, you will do agriculture. It should not be imposed. It should, the next or the coming generation, people should be willing to get into agriculture. It is their aim. Now I see this trend, if I don't get admission in BSc biology or BSc physics, okay, then I will take agriculture. That mindset has to change. Then if you are getting into it full time, then spend time with the labor, spend time with the with people that that are working with you, because you will get to know these small things where you can improve your productivity. Agriculture, it allows lot of time. Suppose I have sprayed boron on my fruit. Now I won't see result tomorrow. It will take at least 10 15 days to show me the result. So technically, those 10 15 days, you can go around your farm, manage your pruning activities. uh, the My first experience I would like to share. When the first time my plants, the fruiting started, I was very happy. We had about 50 fruits on one plant. And the biggest mistake that I did was that I had let them stayed there. I should have cut them off, because I was inexperienced. So the plant did not have that much of fruit bearing capacity. And instead of giving me good weight and size of 5, I had 50 fruits, but all were about 50 grams, 100 grams. There were no buyers for it. So these things matter. And I don't know from where all people are coming, but if your surroundings and all these things allow, get into horticulture. There is a lot of scope in it, from retailing point of view, from food processing point of view, from value addition. Now recently, just 4 months back, we have launched a drink, kombucha drink, which is a fermented probiotic drink, and we use our fruits that our farmers grow, to make that drink, to add flavors to it. So these ideas, they come when you hang around, and you sorry, when you sit with people who are like minded. So this is where I would like to conclude, and you know say that if you are aiming to get into agriculture, or if you are encouraging yourself to get into agriculture. It is not that you have to start with 10-15 acres, but yeah, you have to start, and these are certain things that you can take care of. Spend more time, even if there is no work there, particular work. Spend time, learn the techniques of pruning, of tree management, fertigation management, irrigation management, do periodic checks, and engage and promote yourself. Express yourself, go to a restaurant. If you are into agriculture, get a card printed or get a leaflet printed whenever you're dining in at a restaurant. Just inform them that, okay, I am a farmer, I stay 5 kilometers from here, and if you have 10 kg, 15 kg of requirement, I can fulfill it. Doesn't matter that you're growing it. Just trade. If you're earning 5, 7, 6% out of that trade, doesn't harm. You will learn. And you never know, 5 years down the line, you have got 50 restaurants under your belt. So that is how you are adding value to your product and your business. So we have recently got into, as I mentioned, we are making this healthy probiotic drink. We are not selling some 1,000 bottles. We are selling about 100 bottles in a week. And we'll continue that. Hopefully it increases, but if it doesn't, we'll just push ourselves. We'll try, and eventually, you don't know, things might turn good. Then another value addition that I have particularly done to my business is that during the mango, we export mangoes, pomegranate, and banana to UAE, especially because I spend my schooling days in UAE. My parents are still there. So because we had some connections and we had responsible people, we started exporting just 2 years back. So we were facing this problem of packaging corrugated boxes. These corrugated manufacturers, they know which season they can pull money out of the market. So during mango season, they used to pull money out of farmers like us. That box costed about 27 rupees actually, and they used to sell it to us for 34 rupees. 34 rupees 50 paisa to be precise. So we thought that, okay, this is a very good market and we require this. Our fellow farmers, they require this. So two of us, we got together, took up a small place, invested. Yes, money is required, so we invested 5 lakh rupees. We started a corrugated boxes manufacturing unit. Now we cater our farmers that are associated with us, and we also we are engaging with new farmers from this channel. Because suppose there is a farmer and via this thing goes that, okay, so and so person is manufacturing corrugated box, and to farmers he is giving at a decent price. So that farmer automatically engages, and now we have a new customer both for our corrugated box business and for our farming business. Though it takes about 6, 7, probably 2 years, when finally a farmer is gets associated with us. But we don't lose hope. We don't want to work with 70,000, 1 lakh farmer. We are happy with 5,000 farmers. We manage them properly. We give good results to them and good results to our end client. Because so we as I told you earlier, we buy back the fruits and vegetables. And one more important thing to mention, during this lockdown, as we had promised all our farmers that we'll buy back your fruits. Now we were associated with a lot of processing units, but during this lockdown, the initial lockdown, they were not allowed to operate. So we thought that where will we now go? We were not in very good terms with market, because market people, they knew us that we sell it to the industrial people. So we took a decision that, okay, we will sell it. We hired 4-5 people, me personally, my associates, everybody. We hired tempos and everything, and we had dumped all our fruits and vegetable, and we used to go and sell these fruits and vegetable on crossroads. and that's where we realized it was in our plan to start a proper retail chain, but this lockdown, it was on our head. We had burden on us. We had almost 1 ton of fruits and vegetables getting harvested every day, and these farmers, they were kind of dependent on us, because it was something out of the blue, this pandemic and everything. Nobody expected it, but still we had to fulfill our promise, and we were kind of 70-75% we succeeded. So, and that is a job of a farmer, to get out of the odds. It is a thankless job. Nobody will thank you for it, but these are certain traits and advantages, sometimes disadvantages of farmers.
Well said,
So
Mr. Sachin Bakshi. Well
thank
said,
you.
Mr. Bakshi. Thank you for your excellent presentation and talk. I now request the participants to ask their questions. We'll
Sure.
and we'll also be posting the speaker's contact details in the chat window. Now over to the
Sure.
participants' questions. Yes, those who are interested, please put on your mic, please. Who is interested to ask questions? Mr. Mohan.
Mr. Mohan.
Mr. Yes, Dr.
Dr.
Gurrat.
Gurrat. Thank you.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Go ahead. Thank you, Lakshmipati ji. Mr.
Yeah, welcome.
Sachin, welcome. It's a wonderful
Yes,
lecture. Yes, we learned a lot of things from what you said. But I want to ask you one question. How does your policy of leasing the land reflect on your economics, cost economics of the agriculture?
Sure, sir.
Sure, sir.
Uh, so, so the land that we have particularly, so
Mr.
the
Sachin,
lease.
Mr. Sachin, before you start
Yes, sir.
answering, can you remove the screen? I think it might be creating some sort of an echo. Can you please stop sharing the screen? Your details have been already shared in our chat window. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Start answering.
Okay. So the lease agreement in Gujarat particularly, and it depends upon case to case. This particular lease that I was mentioning, we have done a 15 plus 5 years lease, because we have planted Thai guava plants in it. So the commercial life of a Thai guava plant is about 17 to 20 years. So, and the land rent that ranges in Gujarat, it is from 3,000 rupees per acre to 20,000 rupees per acre, depending upon the facility that the landowner is providing. For example, fencing in a drip irrigation system, some pack house infrastructure. So that is how it works. It ranges from 3,500 to 20,000 per acre per year.
Dr. Gurraj, you got your answer, please. Okay. Mr. Anup. Mr. Anup, ask the next.
Sachin, you were talking about corrugated boxes. We are
Yes,
also
sir.
trying to do some fruits in the farm.
Okay,
So, is it possible to start a unit? Will it be very expensive?
Sir, we bought second-hand machinery. So we invested about I think 6.5 half lakh rupee on the machine. We had to change some gears and everything. That was an this thing. But we consulted an industry expert, and what he suggested us, that he said that if you want to run a unit of this size, or you want to start off, you at least have to have 10 tons worth of order.
Per month?
10
Per month or per?
per month. At least 10 ton of production should be there. Only then we will be at par.
Thanks.
Okay. Next question. Mr. Suraj Sebastian. Miss Rupa Bhatt. Any question? Mr. Nayan Mohanty. Ms. Sabrina John. Nayan Mohanty, you have anything to ask?
No, sir. Thanks.
Right, Mr. Mohan. Okay, let me go to the chat window to look for questions. If at all it has been posted. No, only Miss Sabrina John has appreciated your presentation and the experiences. And that is all we have for the day. I think we have concluded the session. We have, I think we have completed the round of questions also. I'd like to thank the speaker, Mr. Sachin Bakshi, on behalf of Agriculture Information for taking his time to speak with us. I now request the organizer of the meeting, Ms. Rajini Jain, to please close the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lakshmipati. I like to thank the speaker, Mr. Sachin Bakshi, for taking the time to talk with us. I also like to thank all the participants for their time. The meeting will now be closed.
Thank you.
You're welcome.